What's the problem with organ transplants? Presented by Michael Burr, Jody Young, Robinson Vasquez, Michael Richards, Don McCartney, and Scott Crosby.
In the 2005 sci-fi thriller The Island, people have found a way to live forever. They grow clones and harvest their organs. But real science may be on the verge of a less diabolical solution.
To begin our analysis, it is important to understand where the industry is today. Every day, nearly 20 Americans die from waiting for organ donations. 104,748 U.S. patients are currently waiting for an organ transplant. More than 4,000 new patients are added to the waiting list each month. Most people are unaware that congenital heart defects are the most common birth defect in America, affecting approximately 1 in 100 or 40,000 newborns each year. The American Heart Association says that nearly twice as many children die each year from congenital heart defects as die from all forms of childhood cancer combined. An estimated 210,000 cardiovascular procedures were performed on people aged 15 and younger in 2006. About 650,000 to 1.3 million Americans have a congenital heart defect. The estimated direct and indirect cost of heart failure in the United States for 2010 is $39.2 billion. In 2004, hospital costs for congenital cardiovascular defects conditions were $2.6 billion. In 2005, 192,000 life years were lost before age 55 in the United States due to congenital heart disease. The American Heart Association directs only 30 cents of every dollar donated towards research. The remainder goes towards administration, education, and fundraising efforts. The result, some people die waiting for the gift of life. So while these statistics can be alarming, much has been done to improve human life and organ transplants have become a reality. Unfortunately, there are still areas of opportunity in this field. Many of the technical problems associated with transplantation, such as communication between organ and the body system, are gradually being overcome, and solutions are being constantly improved. Obtaining donor organs and distributing them equitably remains the most critical problem. Human tissues carry highly specific antigens, which cause the immune system to react to foreign materials. An antigen is a substance that, when introduced into an organism, evoke the production of substances, antibodies that destroy or neutralize the antigen. Grafts of a person's own tissue, such as skin grafts, are therefore well tolerated. Some grafts are plagued, however, by attempted rejection by the human recipient. The biological acceptability of the graft is measured by tissue typing of the donor and the recipient using HLA panels. The closer the match between the donor and the recipient, the greater the chance the graft accepts and fully functions. That's why growing an organ from one's own cells would be beneficial. Organ transplantation has two sets of problems. The first relate to the recipient and include the magnitude of the procedure and the intricacies of the surgical technique. The second set of problems relates to the graft itself, including collection, preservation, and transportation to the recipient. Associated problems are both ethical and economical, including the expense of the procedure and the cost of long-term monitoring and the support of the patient. Even as we make huge strides in technology for transplants, we still face issues that need to be overcome once the transplant is successful. As seen in this slide, we have the ability to do full-face transplants, but have yet been able to make it look natural. While incremental improvements have been achieved, creating a mechanism where the body fully regenerates or accepts an organ created by its own cells would be a radical improvement in the medical field. When it comes to organs, we are coming to a point where we will be able to grow organs in labs. Even if a person has his or her own cells used to grow an organ to be put into his or her own body, the body still has the potential to reject the organ. The body is a complex structure, and while we are learning valuable information, we still have a ways to go to fix some of the doldrums medicine currently faces.
Which is certainly encouraging news for people who need more complex body parts, like 20-year-old Stacy.
I was in the hospital, and that's when they came in and told me that I may need a new liver.
But will she get one?